Previously, we talked about the FSI and language difficulty scale. In this video, we are gonna talk about the categories that the FSI created to show the levels of languages difficulty. First, we have category number 1, and this represents the easiest languages for an English speaker to learn. Some of these languages include French, Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish. Category 2 has the next level of difficulty, and Germany is considered as a level 2 language for English speakers. After that, we have category 3, and some languages in that category include Indonesian and Malaysian. Category 4 languages such as Greek, Persian, and Turkish. And finally, according to the FSI, the most difficult languages for an English speaker to learn are Arabic, Japanese, Korean, among others. So, how much time would it take for an average English speaker to learn a language from each category? Well, that's a very good question, and I'm glad that you asked that question, because I have the answer for you according to the FSI. A category 1 language requires about 600 hours of learning to reach proficiency. Category 2 language requires approximately 750 hours to reach proficiency. A category 3 languages requires about 900 hours to reach proficiency. A category 4 languages requires somewhere around 1100 hours for proficiency. 1100 hours for proficiency. And the category 5 languages requires around 2200 hours to reach proficiency. This is according to the FSI, the Foreign Service Institute in the United States, as we mentioned before. So, you can see a huge difference in the amount of time. So, how can we translate those hours into calendar time? Well, if you were to study a given language for about 3 hours and a half per day, 7 days a week, a category 1 language would take about 24 weeks or 6 months. A category 2 language would require about 30 weeks or 7.5 months to reach proficiency. And again, this from the perspective of an English speaker. A category 3 language would require about 36 weeks or 9 months. A category 4 language would require about 44 weeks or 11 months. And a category 5 would require about 88 weeks or 22 months or about 2 years. So, that's some real commitment there. See, it takes time to learn languages, and depending on the language that you are learning and how far away it is from your own language, you can take a short amount of time or can take a longer period also. To be honest, don't fret about the 3.5 hours a day. Hours per day aren't only the amount of time that you spend doing grammar drills, fill in the blanks in the text box. It's about the amount of time that you spend with the language. You are listening and watching TV shows, you are reading books, talking to people, writing the comments online. All of these things count toward your hours of usage. So, now you have an idea of how long it will take to learn a language, at least approximately, and at least according to the standards of the Foreign Service Institute, the FSI. So, language learning is a journey, and like most journeys, a plan and a roadmap will help you to reach a final destination. Likewise, in our course, we are going to follow a roadmap so we can successfully reach our destination together. The first part of our journey is going to focus on theory. In this section, we are going to talk about the section that can make it through for you to learn a language and how to overcome them. We will also talk about the mindset and the attitude that you need to have, and the habits that are necessary for you to truly learn a new language. At the end of the theory section, we are going to talk about goals, why they're important, and how to set them. And then you will make your own set of goals for the language that you want to learn. The second part of this course will deal with language learning methods that you can and that you should do to help you meet your goal. This will include methods in areas such as building your vocabulary and working on your skills such as reading this and writing and speaking, so you can practice the things that you learn in this course. Remember, this is not only some kind of lecture. This is about learning and practicing, learning and practicing, learning and practicing. At the end of the course, you are going to have a 6-month project. Think of it as a kind of final project or a graduation project or a capstone project. This project is meant to keep you focused for 6 months on the language and to push you to a higher level of proficiency in the language that you are going to learn. So, by the end of this course, you should be a confident language learner, have gained effective methods to build your abilities. So, are you ready to begin? That's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications bell. Leave a comment, like and share this video with your friends. See you next time. Goodbye.